Hello, welcome Solex Nation. It is July, and we just last week had a leadership call where we announced some exciting new incentives coming out for Q3.
Yeah, so July marks a new quarter, right? So let's jump into them. Let's start this call off with a bang and say, okay, what are we doing in July? July is everybody wins. If you are a new enrollee, you're going to get Bright. Bright is our topical serum with apple stem cell,
hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C.
And it also comes with the Cybin bead, which in the Cybin bean, if you're unaware about that, is a negative ion product.
That's right.
Right? And so those are great things to help the skin. It helps with reducing inflammation, helps boost collagen production, all of those things are part of that.
If you have an illuminator, use your illuminator with Bright. It's a fantastic combination. In fact, I've seen some testimonials from people where they show befores and afters of using Bright with their illuminator and just the change in their skin.
Okay, so the everybody wins is not only does the new enrollee win when they enroll with a qualifying order, and that's with one of our new bundles, we'll talk about those in a second, or one of the devices, and the subscription, of course, right? But so does the enroller. The enroller gets one too. The new enrollee, that person is going to receive Bright with their enrollment order, and the enroller is going to receive all of the Brights that they collect for all of the enrollments that they do, whether it's a PC or whether it's a new QLA after the month closes.
That's right. So that's July. Now let's tell them about August.
So August, this is a kind of everyone wins again. In the month of August, if you are a QLA, when you enroll a new PC or QLA, you're going to get a 6-pack of Alpha 3 passes. A great tool to use to share, and not just to build a business, but also to give people that personal one-on-one access to the scanner and the scanner technology.
They get to use the scanner for 3 days.
Yes, for 3 days with those Alpha 3 passes. So you're going to get a 6-pack for every new PC or QLA that enrolls with a qualified order, which is the bundle or the device and the subscription.
That's right.
Now, if your new enrollee is a QLA as well, a distributor here, right? That new QLA is also going to get a 6-pack to kick off their business to help them share the AOScan technology experience, right?
Right. So that's exciting. And then we also have September in this mix.
September. Okay, one of the things we don't talk, it's like this unsung hero of negative ions. It is the Power Patches. It comes in a pack of Power Patches for every new enrollee that with a qualified order, of course, again, we'll say it one more time, a bundle, a device, and the subscription.
A bundle or a device.
Yes.
And the subscription.
And the subscription. Very good. In step one. Any one of those items in step one at enrollment, right?
Yes.
Then they are going to receive the pack of Power Patches.
6-pack, yes, of Power Patches. People use those Power Patches everywhere, in between their phone case and their phone.
Yeah.
They put them in their clothing.
Yeah.
Anywhere where you feel like you just need a little bit of the extra protection.
The boosting, right? Whether it's immune boosting or there's stress influences on stress reduction, strengthening, balancing, quite a few things negative ions do. If you've never heard of negative ions, if you've ever gone out camping or gone to the beach, and when you walk out and barefoot onto the sand, negative ions actually seem to be in high production with like the crashing of waves. And so if you've ever felt a little bit better in those environments, it's not just because you're on vacation, right? It's because you're in an environment that actually is producing something that your body really loves and absorbs and makes use of.
So we have these incentives for each month, but we also have additional incentives for QLAs.
Okay, a boost, right?
Yeah.
If you enroll 3 new preferred customers or QLAs with, again, qualified order, and they have a successful processing of their first auto ship after enrollment, right? Then you are going to get a $50 bonus.
And this is in the quarter.
Yes, in the quarter.
So in July,
from
August,
July 1
or September.
to the end of September.
Yes.
You have that entire period.
Yes. And people have asked before, do I have to get one in July, one in August, one in September? No. You could get them all on the last day of the month, last day of September.
Yep.
And you qualify for that. So you get a $50 bonus. What happens if you sign up 6 in the quarter?
So now we're gonna double up our bonuses here, and not just double up. Actually, what's going to happen if you do 6, you're going with under the same rules, right? A preferred customer, a new QLA with a qualified order that has their first auto ship successfully processed, you're going to get an additional $250 bonus.
So you're going to get the $50 bonus for the 3. And then once you get to 6, you get another $250. So that is extra $300
That's
in your
$300
pocket.
total available to you during this quarter. We've never done that before. It's exciting. I think it'll be a fun thing for you. And that's on top of what you get when you enroll a new person.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You're gonna
That's
get
just
those
in
commissions
addition
anyway.
to. So we will go over this every month. We'll let you know what's going on for the month. And we also have this information on our blog on solexglobal.com. So you can always check there if you want to see more about this. Okay. We actually have a lot going on.
Yeah. We have new, I mentioned new bundles.
Yes.
We have new bundles. Just if you haven't seen them yet, they're in your shop.solexnation.com replicated site. When a new QLA or new PC goes to enroll, that's step 1. You're going to see a few new packs there. They're designed in 2 ways, with wired headsets or with Bluetooth headsets. And then there are a combination of valuable products, whether it's 660 bands or Lightwave glasses. You can go check out the different bundles we have there, but they are at a massive savings. Significant savings on those for that new person coming in. This is kind of a one-time deal for them.
Yes.
They get to choose at enrollment whether they want to take advantage of that or not. We see a lot they like it. In fact, a lot of the feedback coming our way is, holy cow, these are great deals.
Yeah.
Can we get them too?
That's the thing. A lot of people that are already in Solex are saying, I want the bundle. It's an enrollment package. So it's a bring your own device bundle is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to get a bundle, your new person doesn't want to get a bundle, they can also choose to a device for their step 1. And then of course, step 2 is to get the subscription.
Yes. Yep. And then whatever else you want, right?
That's
and
right.
you go through the process. So we're really excited about those. We've never done them before. Hopefully you have some fun and get some excitement around those new bundles. I know that we like them a lot. We like putting them together. So.
Yes, we did. We did have fun with that. We still do. Okay, Dave Discovery is coming up. It's in September. We just took this tour with a lot of our staff actually came on a tour of the new facility, and it is beautiful, and we're so excited for it. We are selling out fast.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, please go get your ticket before they're gone. Once the tickets are sold out, it will say sold out in the back office. We won't be able to sell anymore.
Well, and just as a reminder, for those we just finished June, and part of June's incentive was a free ticket with enrollment, and you had 30 days to redeem that. And so just want to put a reminder out there.
If you're new.
You have 30 days. If you just enrolled in June, you'll get emailed that coupon. Make sure you take advantage. If you're planning on coming and joining us in September, we'd love to have you. Love to see you face to face.
Okay, we have 2 huge announcements to make. Now, one announcement some people already know about.
Yeah.
One of these announcements we did announce last week on our Golden Hire call.
Yep.
But the other announcement,
Nobody
knows what it is. And you know what? We're going to make you wait just a second, because before we do those 2 huge announcements,
Should we do
let's do our contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do our contest.
So our contest was comment on the call, something you'd like to hear in a future podcast, right?
Yes, we're starting up our Solex podcast. So something that you would like to hear or learn about on a future podcast. Can we go first?
Yes.
All right. Mix it up. Got a lot in my hand.
Yeah, you can't do all those.
Revelation Navigation, which is, I think, Juliana Malili.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. This may seem basic, but I love learning more about how frequencies work to bring healing to the body. It would be great to have more experts talk about the science behind frequency medicine, studies that have been done, and how this is changing the future of healthcare. Hearing Lauren tell stories about his journey with the AO scan and other health technologies is also fascinating. Love hearing his passion and heart behind all we're doing with Solex. Looking forward to more podcasts. Juliana, I think, I don't think that's basic. I think a lot of people would like to hear that. So great suggestion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go. Leslie Ray. Did Leslie Ray? She just won it before, didn't she?
She must be doing something to keep getting her name
she's putting
drawn.
frequencies on like what she's putting for abundance and success. And please draw me. These podcasts will be so great. Thanks, Kai. How about longevity? How can we use the scanner to evaluate where we're headed in regards to longevity? and then Solix products and scanning that will increase longevity. That is a great follow-up to the one that Jake and I talked about. We just kind of got into some introductory standard where the viewpoint is right now on longevity. But I love the idea of, okay, what would we look at in the scanner in order to take that
and
next
with
step?
our Solix products. Great,
Yes,
great
perfect.
suggestion. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And that longevity podcast, you only saw 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It's a lot longer than that. So we'll have the podcast up really soon and you can hear the whole thing. All right, last one.
Last one
is Brenda Brown. I would love the topic of heavy metals and toxins, how to address removal of them in a non-invasive way. That's a great suggestion.
I like that. That's a great idea. And we have a bunch of ideas. Thank you so much for commenting. What did these 3 people win?
They won X by Solex.
Yes.
So we will send that to you tomorrow.
Good job. And everybody else who was involved, we'll take those ideas and we'll work on our future podcasts, as well as finding people who can help us bring in some expertise, or at least with some research.
That's
on
right.
that.
That's
so,
right.
Wonderful.
Okay, top enrollers, and this is the week of June 26th through July 2nd. We have a tie for second place.
For second place.
The first person is Jess Zavios.
And then we have Maria Draper.
Hannah Craig.
And Chelsea Barlow. Congratulations.
Well done.
The 4 of you. Well done, but we have a solo in first.
We only have one first place winner, and that goes to Beck McQuilty.
Beck's won again.
Yes.
We've seen her name before, so congratulations,
Congratulations.
Beck. Good hard work.
You know,
she was on fire leaving that leadership event.
She totally was. But you know what's interesting is I see 3 platinums in that list.
I do too. Setting the tone, right?
That's right.
Exactly what leaders do.
Great job. Right. Okay, let's go on to our huge announcements. The first one we talked about this on the Golds and Higher call. So Kai, will you explain this?
Yes. So this is for those who are on some sort of subscription or auto ship for a product or for the service, the AO Scan technology service. As you consistently stay on it, we want to make sure we do something to reward you. And so what we're going to do is we're introducing the loyalty program. What is the loyalty program? Well, it is a very simple program. There's so many ways to do a loyalty program, right? There's so many ways in order to introduce a means of saying thank you for being here. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for being so consistent. And this is how we're going to do it. Every 3 months, you're going to receive a 30% off coupon that's good for an item in the back office, and that coupon expires in 30 days. So every 3 months, 30% off, good for 30 days. What that means, it's a rolling 3 months, right?
So it's not every quarter we send them all out.
No.
It's every 3 months for you.
Yeah, every month. So you can only earn a coupon once every 3 months, right? But that is a great way for us to even quickly say thank you, I think. What we're going to do on top of that is it's not starting July 1st. We actually went back and we looked at April, May, and June. And actually this week we're sending out those coupons to say thank you for sticking with us. We know many of you have been with us for 12 months, 24 months.
Yeah,
and we're so grateful for all of your commitment. But this is a starting point for us, and we're excited that every month to send out these coupons just to say thank you. And if there's something that you've been wanting to get and this helps you get closer to that thing here at Solix, then great. Wonderful. Of course, it can't be applied to
I was just going to say, there are
Solix University, and it can't be used on the subscription.
That's right. Okay. That's right. Okay, let's tell them the big, huge announcement that I think a lot of people are going to love right now.
Nobody knows this, and you have worked so hard in the last 9 months. We realized that, and we talked about this in the last few weeks, as our engineers have worked really hard to lighten the load on servers and internet speeds and local devices. But still, we recognize that so many of you, and this actually was brought up to us by Debbie Jane down in Australia. So Debbie Jane, thanks for bringing it up. I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate this.
Yes, everyone is going to love Debbie Jane Harris right now.
Get on there and say thank you to Debbie if this rings true to you or it helps you in any way. 4 Punta Cana qualifications. Have I got your attention? Okay. We are doing one thing. We're keeping the rules the same, where you have to have 3 months of a net increase of 15 or 20.
15 for a trip for one, 20 for a trip for two.
So 3 months. One of those months must be August. But we're also adding on the month of September. So you have until the end of September. So if you have not qualified yet for your first month, you can still do July, August, September. That came to us from Debbie Jane, like I said, because she said, look, I'm new. I got engaged. I've been pushing hard on this. I will go to Punta Cana. But I spent a lot of time working with folks and taking care of them along the way. And maybe a lot of those folks are on this call, right?
Yes.
And so we recognize that a lot of you did that. And thank you. Thank you so much for taking care of your new people and those people who weren't necessarily aware of what was going on. Just by way of thank you, this is just a gesture that we can make to push it out. Again, you must have 3 months at 15 or 20 net increase. And we've gone over those in the past of how to find those right in your back office. One of those months must be August. Crystal clear, one of those months must be August.
But if you didn't hit your first month in June, it's okay. You need to do it in July.
Yeah.
You've got July, August, and September now to get that done.
Yeah.
So we hope you're excited about this.
Yeah.
And we recognize all that you have been through along with us. And so we just wanted to acknowledge that. And we didn't want you to not be able to go to Punta Cana because of it. So, So here it is.
Here it is.
It's exciting.
Let's run with it. Let's have some fun. Let's get more people to Punta Cana.
Greetings. Here we are again on another Wednesday night call, and I'm really happy to be here with you talking tonight about one of the subjects that I really enjoy talking about and that there have been quite a few questions about on the different platforms for Solex. So what we're going to dive into this evening a little bit more that we've done before. Some of you have heard all this information before. Some of you, this will be brand new. Repetition for emphasis, just as reminders, also is always helpful. So we're going to talk this evening a little bit more about miasms. Now, miasms is one of my favorite subjects because it can have such a great impact on the body. Miasms are something that Hahnemann, when he was originally formulating different homeopathics, discovered because he would work on all types of different things with people. But he started noticing that there were trends in different people that seemed to be in almost everybody. And over time, he was able to narrow it down to that it was trends that came about because of different diseases that had been present in ancestral lines. So the ancestors had had different things that left a dent, so to speak, on the person's DNA, and this would impact the whole body. And so he looked into energetically developing different homeopathics that would work with those different tendencies or weaknesses that were in the body from the time that the sperm hit the egg because of what was inherited from the past. In the first illustration, you're going to see a triangle demonstration of the different ones that he found. And then you're also going to see a strand of DNA with the colors on it to represent the fact that these different inherited tendencies can have an impact on the body. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody is doomed, so to speak, to get the different things that can develop from these weaknesses. It just means that the possibility is there. And so we, as people using a mobile scanner, are able to look for when these different frequencies show up and are able to help somebody energetically with them to get to a more optimal state where these inherited tendencies are not going to have such an impact on the body. So you'll see in the first illustration there that it represents Psora, syphilis, and psychosis. And why would these be important? And we'll go into more of a description of what they are later. But why would these be important? Well, the second illustration that you have is representing some big railroad type spikes. Now, if you have a flat tire, you can get a nail in a tire and you can relatively easily have the nail taken out, patch the tire, put more air in the tire, and be able to function. However, miasms are more like these big railroad spikes. They can be something that has a profound impact on the body energetically. So they are important to look for, and they are important to work with when they appear frequency-wise in the body. Now, what exactly are these different miasms? Well, in the next graph, you're going to see information on exactly what the miasms are as far as their effect on possible genetics. You'll see that one of them is Psoara, and that is tuberculosis in the family history. There's been a lot of research done, and it's been found that in European history, there was a lot of tuberculosis that was passed down through family lines because so much of the tuberculosis was found on the teats of cows that were being milked by dairy farmers, and it would get into the milk supply and then have people in different families actually come down with active tuberculosis. And then, as you can see here in the information, that tuberculosis tendency would manifest in future people from in that ancestral line as showing up as psoriasis, as eczema, as upper respiratory weaknesses like allergies, asthma, tendency towards bronchitis, pneumonia, any kind of skin breakout could be attributed if you start seeing it where it's showing up in your scanner as somebody having that Psoara tuberculinum tendency. The second one is syphilis in the family line, or lucinum, syphilinum, lucinum, and that's where syphilis shows up in successive generations as being something that is nervous system degenerative, possibly leaning towards things that are degenerative. So what would some of those things be? It could be nervous tics, it could be seizures, could be bipolar, could be schizophrenia, could be Parkinson's, tremors, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, Alzheimer's, dementia. All these type of things in family lines can actually be seen in your scanner as, you know, like you'll have a client come in and they'll say, oh yeah, my mom had Alzheimer's, my grandpa had dementia, I have a cousin that's got Parkinson's. A lot of those can be because genetically there's been a dent from 3, 4, 5 generations ago where there was syphilis in the family line. The next one is psychosis. That's with an S, not a P. It comes from a Greek word that means skin tags and warts, and it represents acceleration in the body, accelerated growth, accelerated activity. It tends to show up in family lines as your cancers, your diabetes, your plaquing of the arteries, your heart disease, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, ADD, ADHD. Anything like that can often be leaned towards from the time of conception because of what was in the family line before a person was born. And then the last one is carcinosis, carcinosin, and that would be the tendency towards some rare family genetic cancers in a family line. So you can start to see that there's a lot involved with these different miasms. And so in your scanner, when you're working with your scanner, you can have it be in the next illustration where we have the value of numbers again. Remember, we're always looking for the ones and the nines. And then for those of you that have done phase 1, 2, and 3, you have the advantage of when you get your reports, especially after phase 2 and 3, you have the section that says miasms. And so those ones and nines are represented in that report. The following illustration shows an example of that. You have miasms where the liver is showing up under gonorrhea with a high cause, which would indicate an inflammatory type situation. You have the nerves of the lower body showing up under tuberculinum, which would be the tuberculosis Psoara miasm. You have the other frequencies going down with the heart, with the lungs, with the lymphatics, with the pancreas. So paying attention to whether it's a high cause that is more of an inflammatory situation or a low cause, which is affecting energetically the function, can help you start connecting the dots between what the tendencies from these miasms can be, connected with what's showing up in the body on a frequency level. And then you're able to work with it. Now, how do you work with it? And what's the benefit with your scanner of working with it? On the following illustration, you see just a few of the examples. It gives you the ability to be proactive. You can use the inner voice. Why is the inner voice important? Because the inner voice shows you the emotions that are affecting the body. The emotions that are affecting the body can have it be where different areas of the body are more susceptible to the things that have come across inheritance-wise when the sperm hit the egg from that genetic past, which is then going to show up as that psychosis, syphilinum, serinum, or carcinosis. So always, just like Lauren has always said, go back to your inner voice and see where are the emotions affecting the body. It's one of the top 3 causes of why some of these other situations that can develop from the leanings energetically from those miasms can happen. Use your comprehensive and vitals. Use your body systems with the suggestions. Check for supplementation by scanning supplements and see what things are needed when miasms are showing up in the report. Using the different homeopathic support to support the body. Homeoenergetics is particularly valuable because in homeoenergetics, you have psychosis DT, syphilinum DT, you have serinum DT, and you have your carcinosis DT. So you have all 4 miasms in homeoenergetics that you can use. You also can imprint your dots with the different frequencies, and it also shows when there's different lifestyle changes that need to be made in order to support the parts of the body that are being affected by those miasms. The next illustration shows you again those different things that are in your homeoenergetics. So you have your psychosis DT, syphilinum DT, psora DT, carcinosis DT, using ultimate emotions from the homeoenergetics. Once again, the inner voice, the body systems, programming playlists in order to support the areas that are showing up for miasms, the dots, and then paying attention to always to the different food sensitivities and the things going on with the gut, since the gut is such a foundation for health overall, and also the gut-brain connection that there is very important to pay attention to when you're having miasms come up on a regular basis. Now, the other benefit that there is for those of you that have done phase 2 and phase 3, once you've done phase 3, the areas that have the miasms, if you test them and under homeoenergetics, they come up for the psychosis DT, the syphilinum DT, the psora DT, or the carcinosis, the program is designed where the person's brain also picks up out the exact optimal frequencies for those particular remedies. So rather than just having a range like you normally would have with homeopathics, it's going to be very specifically tailored for the person's need for the body part that it's coming up under when it's tested. So that's something where in phase 3, with the ability to use the homeoenergetics that way, you have a very distinct advantage, not only with the miasm remedies that come up, but also with all the other remedies that come up for the particular parts of the body that are being tested. So that's some of the things that you can work with your scanner with miasms, sometimes taking a family history from them and finding out what the different family members on both sides of the family have had. You can very rapidly see and explain to them why those things are showing up for their mom, for their dad, for their grandparents, and then showing up for them as well, when you're testing them with the mobile scanner, because it is coming through on the DNA from that genetic line. And then just encouraging them that this is on an energetic level. It's not diagnosing that they have any of these conditions. It's letting them know on an educational level that these are some of the things that they're carrying on their DNA in their body, and that they can actually elevate their frequencies of the body by using their scanner and finding out what things to support in the way of supplementation, hydration, playlists, anything that they can do as far as improving their diet, getting more exercise. Everything that their scanner educates them in elevates their frequencies so that these tendencies that come through are less of a concern when it comes to having optimal health. So there's a lot of value in having these miasms come up, knowing that they're a major component, working with them from all the different angles that you can work with your mobile scanner, and reassuring the person that you're working with that these are just energetic tendencies that can be worked with, compensated for, and improved in the body. As you do this, those different references in the reports will start to fall off. For those of you that have not done phase 1, 2, or 3, you can take a family history, and if those things are present on the family line, you still can go to homeoenergetics and imprint one of those remedies for them, knowing that that has been in their family line. So that's it for miasms tonight, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on the next video that we'll be doing. It's one that I'm very interested in. You can see by the last illustration that the next thing that we're going to be talking about is tattoo ink and your scanner. I personally got a pretty good sized tattoo on my back in 2010. Did a lot of research before I got it. Have done research since, and with the prevalence now of tattoos being done, I looked it up on the internet, and the increase of tattoos in the last 3-4 years is escalating at a very large rate. And so there is concern about how is tattoo ink going to be showing up in your scanner, the effects of it. So I'm researching the different types of inks, the different things that you can look for in your scanner, so that you can help the people that come to you for being tested and scanned with the possible effects that there might be from their having been tattooed. We're going to be seeing probably a lot more of this with people when we're scanning them. So it would be really good to be able to be proactive and to be able to help them with any possible side effects that there might be from the different types of inks that are being used and the different ways that it can affect the body. So that's it for this evening, and look forward to the next video where we will go into tattoo ink and your scanner. It'll be an interesting evening, and I think that you'll really enjoy it.
Okay, we're at the end of the call. I'm here with Lauren again.
Lauren Standen.
Lauren Standen. Love having Shelby here to close these calls out. Before you hang up, we got the contest, right? What are we going to do? We're stepping into a new quarter, right? And I love the idea of bringing our goals closer to us.
Yes.
And so if we can chunk it down, where we look at things that we want to accomplish in any given time, whether it's a 1 year, 2 year, 10-year period, looking at it in smaller chunks, I think, is easier to manage for most of us. So what is your goal? What do you want to accomplish this quarter? July, August, September. What do you want to have? What change as you get to the end and wrap up September? What do you want to have happened to you in your life?
That's right. And maybe it's something that you're carrying through from the last quarter, or maybe even something that you're still working on from January, when we all make those amazing New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
But we are going to give you something that we haven't given away in a long time.
Yes.
Because we want you to step into this next quarter with renewed enthusiasm. And so what are we giving away?
We're going to give away the Solix negative ion insoles. These
Yes.
go into your shoes. You can trim them, and you recharge them once every 2 weeks out in the sun, out in the daylight. and then put them in your soles. And that is so grounding for our day-to-day experience. We've already
Yep.
talked about negative ions earlier in the call. They're just powerful, they're helpful, and the Cybin ingredient in these makes ours so unique and so special. So comment on the call. What is the thing that you're going to do in this next quarter? What are you going to accomplish?
I do want to say one thing. Lauren was telling us at the leadership retreat, we were talking about the negative ion insoles, and he said if you're wearing flip-flops around in the summer, you just cut them out and glue them to the top of your flip-flops.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep, and then leave them out in the sun, and there you go. So if you don't wear shoes, closed-toed shoes right now, like I don't, then that's how you can wear them. So make sure you don't comment in the live chat. Comment once this call is over, and we will draw next week, and we'll see you then.
Have a good one.